easy for me. 10, 16, 16.
It's easy to remember.
Easy to remember. So we've got our 9-pointers.
It's very clearly defined.
Yes.
TJ at 9, John/Mox at 9.
Yeah.
Lyle and Chris continuing to win after their first draw.
They are.
Sitting at 7 points.
Mm-hmm. They've got a few 6-pointers.
Few 6-pointers. We got Patrick, Jeremy.
Climbing his way. He's like, you know what? I let you guys think that I wasn't going to try to make top 8, but now it's coming down to the wire. I think I'm going to try a little bit.
I got 3 more weeks. I'm coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Julia, Kyle, Devin, Dwayne, Eric, Keenan, Derek. See, I spelled it right there. It was just quick typing. And Frank, all at 3 points. And Ben and Lucas, unfortunately, having a rough go
for Ben.
Yeah,
this is really tough. Now he's positioned pretty nicely within the top 8.
Right. And the thing is his roommate Tim, why not 16, was not here this week. So someone that was in the top 8 with him is not pressuring his point totals. Oh, Skella Daddy, what's going on?
Well, all right, so let's see who we have in round 4.
Go for it. Oh, we've got Patrick Perry piloting Kiki Cord versus Lyle, our end boss, playing Bant Eldrazi, which, if you guys didn't know, is what, the best modern deck after this weekend?
It's up there. Yeah, one of the most played, strongest in the format. And okay, people are talking. We've got Chris in the chat saying, "Why is Chalice so hard to find?" And well, because there's only 2 printings. It's kind of expensive right now too.
Boy, it jumped up.
Did it?
Well, I mean, it jumped up initially.
What's its price at now? Look it up for me.
Hold on. Let me get my straw poll.
Sorry. I'll look it up while you do that because you're actually doing work that matters. I just want to be curious.
Straw poll's going up, guys. Get those votes and let us know. Is it going to be Kiki Cord? Is it going to be Bant Eldrazi? Are you voting for the end boss, Lyle Rolfs himself? Are you voting for Patrick? Been running this Kiki Cord deck through the gambit, I would say.
Okay, $40.
40. Okay, so it was originally like 50.
Yeah, I remember seeing it around 50.
Patrick, our resident Kiki Cord player, and has played every version under the sun, I feel like.
Yes.
This week, I think it has changed again.
Is he on the Evolution style again? Or I don't remember which one he's on right now.
I believe he does run Eldritch Evolution, and he stripped the blue out.
I think that makes sense when you're going for the Eldritch Evolution style. I think, yeah. And there you go. If you want to buy it online, it is cheaper, guys. Only $25 or so.
That's it. So we're gonna shuffle up. Get those votes in. Let us know. Is it gonna be Kiki Cord, Bant Eldrazi? Who do you like here?
I like the Bant Eldrazi personally. Again, it's the heart and head pick.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
1-1 so far. I like it.
The Kiki. We had our resident Kiki player from the SCG Open circuit switching it up for Richmond over the weekend. Jeff Hooglin rocking out that landfall deck. Have you seen this? Placed top 32 at GP during the Modern GP weekend. And it basically...
Oh, we're already off to the races.
...is running all the landfall creatures, like step links, things like that.
Oh, this is the deck that Mox was talking about. Okay, all right. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
This deck's gross.
Yeah.
So here we go. Patrick at 17.
Lyle's at 18.
Lyle is at 18. Bingo card.
Bingo.
Wall of Omens.
Look how pretty Patrick's deck is.
It's shiny. It is very pretty. I hope the camera does it justice. By the way, guys, at the end of the stream, we haven't talked about it.
Oh, we didn't.
We have a sticker giveaway, which I'll show you guys after this match.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is be following the stream, following Dan's channel right now
to be eligible
for the giveaway. And also, if you're in chat, let us know, what do you think of this camera angle?
Mm-hmm. You a fan? Do you like the top down better? Do you like the angled better? Where are you feeling on it?
Just so it's a litmus test. Ancient Stirrings. Oh. Let me get this thought knot's ear. That's fine. Cavern of Souls.
Naming dinosaurs.
Definitely dinosaurs. Passes back. Trying to see if I can get a good look at Patrick's hand.
Looks like it's full of magic cards.
Ooh, new Chandra. Just spoiled. Nice.
Oh, cool.
Here is Eternal Witness getting back
a land.
This land. Windswept Heath.
Mm-hmm.
Puts the Windswept Heath into play and passes back. Forest. Thought Knot's ear.
Mm-hmm. Response will fetch, shock himself, going to 14. Alright, for those that are not familiar with what the new Chandra is, hit us with what
let us
this
know.
new one is all about.
Gets a Sacred Foundry.
Does have access to white. So could use Path to Exile here.
I think they may be shortcutting. It looks like Lyle went and grabbed a plains, says, yeah, I know what's going on. Path to Exile.
Cool, so he'll get to draw because he leaves battlefield, and then he'll be able to strip a card out.
Oh, sick 2-drop Planeswalker. Oh, 2 voices. Looks like a Scavenging Ooze.
Tybalt? Is that not the... Oh, sorry. So we got some 2 voices. Scavenging
Pride
Ooze.
Mage.
Yep, Solid Pride Mage.
And that card on the end is eluding me. This is a tiny bit dark.
Looks like... I have no clue.
Yeah, it's...
I can't even pretend to know what that is.
Chandra, Torch of Defiance. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Well, it's gone now.
It's gone now.
Ew.
That's sweet.
Ew. Okay. I'm sorry. Getting back to it. Eternal Witness is going to get in there for 2. Dropping Lyle to 16. I can't even right now.
Getting distracted. Sorry, guys. Another one of our lands in front players.
Firm believer.
So Voice of Resurgence is actually quite strong in this matchup, if for the sense that you want that token. And if you're running the evolution style, sacrificing it, get a token, and then get something that's like bigger.
All the value.
That seems great.
All the value.
And looks like he will pull a Reality Smasher off of that.
Oh, must be nice.
Ancient Stirrings.
And Path to Exile targets the Voice of Resurgence.
Yep.
Important as a main phase. Eldrazi Sky Spawner comes down, creating that Scion. Now the important thing with that interaction was that Lyle made sure to main phased on his turn that Path to Exile against that Voice because of the second clause that Voice of Resurgence comes with, which says if you try to do anything instant speed on my turn when I control the Voice of Resurgence, I get a token.
Yes.
Which is bad news bears, because you don't want that token.
No, because its power and toughness equals the number of creatures that you control. So.
Correct. Patrick's going to untap. Draw, take a look at a couple cards.
He's at 5 mana available to him.
Taps 3.
Eternal Witness here? What is he playing? Oh, Evolution.
Oh, yes. So
okay.
Eldritch Evolution comes down. So 2 green and a colorless. As an additional cost to cast it, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost. Put that card on the battlefield and shuffle your library.
So 4.
So 4. And
Pia and Kira and the Lar.
Right, and that's like the magic number, I think. So I don't think that I think his curve ends at Kiki, right?
I believe so.
So Pia and Kieran is a great target because you can create those Artificer tokens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the Thopter tokens. Artificer tokens. They are Artificers.
They are.
So manage to get a couple blockers, especially against that Sky Spawner.
Yeah.
So Tantra Thomas in chat kind of letting us know his thought process after the fact, right? So should have gotten Resto here, blink Witness, and get back path.
That's smart.
Especially with a Reality Smasher looming.
Exactly. He knows that was revealed last turn off of the Ancient Stirrings.
But hindsight is 20/20, and this is why we do this, so we can sit here and really dissect all the plays and learn how to play more optimally.
Yeah, it's so much easier to look top down in this regard and see the board state in a completely different way than when you're sitting across from somebody. Like, you have that tunnel vision essentially.
Yep. Well, it's nerves. I mean, it's like you're really thinking about your plays, and sometimes they're not always the optimal play.
Path to Exile trigger. There's the Scoos. And okay, here's another good point Tetradoms is bringing up, is removing the Hiri and adding all of these 4 and 5 drops really changes how you play the deck.
I believe that. You know, you kind of rest on the combo at some points.
Kiki Chord and Kiki Evolution are very different decks. So I guess we can change the name, because it is officially Kiki Evolution. Shh, don't talk to me. Yeah, I'm glad that we can give players the opportunity to learn from their plays like this and see what is happening. Alright, so it looks like we're moving to combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming across.
Lyle getting ready to assign some blockers.
Block like so. Now, he's basically saying, I want to make sure that I kill off your stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing him fling one of his Thopters. Yeah. Kill that guy off. Your Eldrazi will die. He'll take 3. Go to 13 here. And what's cool too is having that ability to look back at your old stuff. Reminds me a lot of esports and players looking at their replays, like especially like right after they lost or in between games and stuff like that. They can sit there, oh, okay, now I know like how they're playing this.
Right.
This, I can maybe get some insight for next time I play them, or what exactly did I do? What other lines of play could I have taken in that sort of situation?
So Drowner of Hope is going to come down for Lyle.
Mm-hmm. Drowner of Hope is a great card for the Bant Eldrazi list.
Yo, Skeledaddy666 with a follow.
Thank you
so much, dude. Appreciate that.
Glad you're liking the stream. So it's a 5/5 creature that when he enters the battlefield, you get to put 2 of those Eldrazi Scions onto the battlefield, and you can sack it to add 1 to your mana pool because they're the Scions. But the Drowner of Hope has the ability to sack one of them and tap target creature. So you can just start tapping down your opponent's board.
Yeah. Make it really easy for that Reality Smasher to sneak on in.
So the voice going to come in.
Combat.
And he says, yeah, I'll kill the voice off. You can have a token.
Dude, Frank. Sick. Thanks so much, dude. How are things? Appreciate you checking out the stream.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, you missed out on your matches earlier, but at least you're able to check it out now. Hopefully go back and watch your stuff later on. Because we did have some good discussion, I think, post-match. All right, birds come down. All this, boom, 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 boom.
Solid Prime Mage.
Okay, and so that, Drowner of Hope as a 5/5 is scary, but there's a lot of creatures now. But Patrick was saying that path, having that back, could definitely help turn the tide in his favor and just basically clear the way. Drowner of Hope is one of the most accurately named creatures in Magic. That is true, Islands.
Four.
Thought Knots here?
Yep. Show me
that mystery card. Because he had 1 card, I believe. In
it looked like another Peon Kieran.
Maybe.
There may only be 1 in the deck.
I don't know. I think you could probably get away now with 2 since you're running all those evolutions.
True.
To have a second one in there.
Very grindy game 1. It was the second Peon Kieran.
Yeah, like
in my eyes.
Both of these decks can go wide, and you'll see this kind of gummed up board state, which is very different from any of the other decks that we've seen earlier tonight, kind of thing. Like the control deck is not going to be playing a lot of creatures. The burn deck's not. Infect's not going to be doing this. The only deck that has had a similar style like this is that Zoo deck that Frank was running.
So Lyle's going to sacrifice one of those Scions, tap down the token.
Yes. Because you need to. I mean, at this point, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7/7. And that allows him to swing in for 5.
6. Exalt the trigger.
6, thank you. So, like, Patrick could say I could block with a bunch of stuff and trade it off, or I could just throw somebody in the way. And yeah, he says, we'll throw this guy in the way. I mean, the Exalt trigger's nice, but if Lyle's just throwing guys in the way again, doesn't really matter.
Right.
Is that an engineered explosive?
It looks like an engineered explosives, but I don't see any counters on it to signify
killing tokens. The elemental and the Thopter will die.
Smart. Windsoap Teeth. Lyle's gonna be in 12.
He says, yeah, let's go to combat. Block like so.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see like the birds and stuff are coming in here as well because he's going to activate Gavany Township. Ah, okay. Engineered explosive in the main was not something he expected, which that makes perfect sense. I mean, but that's also the power of these Eldrazi decks, is that they can get away with running things like Chalice of the Void and running Engineered Explosive, things that you're like, great. Just what I want to deal with right now. And before damage, I'm going to sack this guy and tap down that guy.
Right.
And then I'm going to pop this Engineered Explosive.
Sadness.
So now you're left with one creature.
The old green Snapcaster Mage.
Mm-hmm.
With a Thought-Knot Seer and a Drowner of Hope.
So that's 9 points of damage.
Yep.
Essentially 4. Because if he swings with both of them, he's going to throw that guy in front of the Drowner. Oh my.
Here's another Drowner of Hope.
So 9 points of damage again.
Uh-huh.
Sack this guy, tap down that guy.
But now it's like a free 9 points.
Yeah. Or he says, I want to keep those for the next attack. Forcing him to kill off a creature here. And again, that means Patrick will take the 4. Or he can sit there and go, do I take the 9 to have those creatures left for next time when he's going to start tapping my guys? And says, no. Just play it safe. I'll take 4. Let's see how I go for top decks here. Dropping down to 9.
And
he says, all right, upkeep. Yep. I'll just tap down those to start things off.
Slow you down just a little bit.
Yeah. Guaranteed 9 points of damage coming across.
Here's a land.
Next turn. Because 2 Drowner of Hopes and and he says, hey, I have a Reality Smasher.
By the way,
in case you were wondering,
what's in my hand? Oh, it's that 5/5 Apazed and Trample. Got it.
Now, Lyle did make day 2 of the GP Indianapolis using this deck.
True.
So he's been getting some good practice in with it. Has been enjoying it. So let's take a look at our sideboards. Lots of 1-ofs available.
Again.
I thanked him for not slow, which is great. Like, at that point in time, it's like, all right, do you have it or not? Hey, I'm just going to show you. Like, who was it? Somebody made a post about it. I think Owen Turnwall was saying stuff about it. Of, like, there was a match of coverage of, like, somebody was dead, but they played it out because they had a lot of interactions and different things in their hand, and it made it great for the spectators to watch. But in that sort of situation where you're 100% dead on board and you have no cards in your hand, I think that's fine revealing it. Yeah. But if you have those interactions, and you're on camera, I like the idea of just play it out as much as you can for the spectators at home, people watching. But whose sideboard do you want to see?
To be fair, Reality Smasher is also accurately named. I'll take Lyle's.
You got it.
So Lyle's rocking 1 negate, 1 Elspeth Knight Errant to make that Reality Smasher fly. 1 engineered. That's right. Yeah. Yep. 1 engineered explosive. So 1 more out of the board. 3 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Silence. Stony Silence, 1 Worship, 2 Blessed Alliance, his like top build card out of Eldritch Moon, I would say. 1 Declaration Stone, 1 World Breaker, 1 Spellskite, and 1 Stubborn Denial. Well, so here's the thing. I guess Grafdigger's Cage, yeah?
Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage does interact with...
It's still going to interact with Eldritch Evolution.
And Eldritch Evolution.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure because it says you sack it and search your library for a card that's got... Yeah, search your library. So, yes.
So, Grafdigger's Cage, yes. Negates, I like the negate here. Stubborn Denial, I think, is always a fantastic card, especially in this deck.
Yeah.
when you're able to put out what as easily as turn 2.
Yes.
A Thought Knot Seer.
If you have the right kind of hand, you can be able to do that.
And we saw the power level of Blessed Alliance against me 2 weeks ago, so I also like the 2 of Blessed Alliance.
So lots of good stuff Lyle's got access to. On Patrick's side, we've got 1 Scavenging Ooze, 1 Birchen Forge Tender, 1 Celestial Purge, 1 Thragtusk, 1 Ratchet Bond, 1 Reclamation Sage, 1 Fulminator Mage, 2 Lightning Helix, 1 Izzet Static Caster, 1 Eidolon of Torque, 2 Ghostly Prisms, 2 Engineered Explosives. I like the Ghostly Prisms and I like the Lightning Helix here. Izzet Static Caster wasn't in my list.
Uh-oh. My bad.
It must have been when we were updating the old list to the new list. But so Ghostly Prism costs 3, enchanted creature, so it's an enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 extra mana for each creature he or she controls that's attacking you. So all like that Reality Smasher that you play on turn 5 or less, because you probably are Rampage turn 4, turn 3, whatever your crazy stuff you're doing. Now you can't. That haste isn't going to matter because you won't be able to attack that turn. So I love that idea added in here. So we'll have to see as these players shuffle up. Get ready to go. We'll keep this up for a sec if they're still doing stuff. All right, I'm going to use back. Now you have to talk a whole bunch.
Oh no.
Oh no.
One second. You may change the targets of target instant or sorcery spell. Nice. Nice, I like that. Okay, so 2 Ghostly Prison, 1 Thragtusk, 1 Fulminator Mage, and 2 Lightning Helix. I think I'm missing just 1 card there. But we're going to shuffle up. Drawing 7 cards. Looks like Lyle may not be a fan of the 7 he had. Don't forget, guys, while we're getting everything set up for game number 2, make sure to follow this channel and twitch.tv/Modern Magic Mondays to get connected, get alerted whenever we go live. We are trying to test and make sure that live coverage is a possibility, so that'll definitely keep you up to date when we finally get that nailed down. Scrying to the top. Here is a Razor Verge Thicket into a Birds of Paradise and passes back. Windswept Heath going to 17. Let's see Breeding Pool. Oh, Temple Garden. 5 for 1. Tatrodamus in chat saying, I forgot that Displacer is a card, so I should have sided out Pia and Kieran altogether.
Displacer is awesome. Oh. Ancient Stirring is a great card.
Gets a mutant.
Sweet.
And passes back. Wooded Foothills. Looks like it was the draw. Here is Voice of Resurgence. Or maybe he shuffled it up there.
Bang. I love having the voice out early. Like, poke in for 2 early on, and then eventually he becomes really big off the token that you get.
True. And,
or it gets a path right away.
You know, just Path to Exile, go get a land. Why don't we just go ahead and shortcut?
Yeah, right? Go to 19. I'll get 2 lands here. Here's my basic. And I'll get this shock land.
Make a lot of noise, dude. I don't know how you operate normally.
I do make a lot of noise. Constantly.
You would never survive in a stealthy situation.
No,
Here's another Razor Birch Thicket.
I'm totally a pirate, not a ninja.
A lot of mana for Patrick, but Matter Reshaper coming down.
Restoration Angel. Just so I can start beating you to death with an angel.
That's right.
And then, just kidding, he's gonna top deck a land and play Kiki Jiki.
Go. Gets in for 3, taking Lyle to 14.
Wouldn't that have been great?
That would have been great. I would have been a fan of that.
Okay, Path to Exile. Says you don't need any additional stuff. No.
No freebies coming off the top of your deck.
It's okay. Thank you for the land, because that's all I was looking for, to play this Thought Knot Seer.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get your Kiki.
Yeah.
Unified Will is if you control a creature with more power, correct?
If you control more creatures.
More creatures, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, that wouldn't be a bad idea in Lyle's deck. Here's a Windswept Heath.
So that's why he's running Stubborn Denial, because most of the time he will have bigger power, but
just
not
one
necessarily
creature instead
more.
Of, yeah.
Alright. Says, you know what?
2.
Let's go for 2. Shrug. I'll take it. $17 to $14 currently. 3 more will come across though, adjusting that down to 11.
Definitely a slower game for Lyle.
Yeah.
Normally able to ramp into a lot of big creatures very quickly, but Patrick with all of the answers. Or at least a couple. Draw. Another Windswept Heath. Here is Thought Knot Seer, targeting you. In response, flash in this Restoration Angel. Show you. Looks like Eldritch. May have been Eldritch Evolution. Let's tap a couple lands. And Fulminator Mage. Combat, getting in for 6. Dropping Lyle to 4. Just kidding. Double evolution, okay.
Cool.
Double resto clock. Seemed to be enough. I like that. Combat swings in for 4. Fulminator is assigned as a block, and then it's going to blow up the Mutavault.
And that's fine. Let's go to game number 3. That means this is our first time tonight going to game number 3.
Yes, sir. So you know what that means. We get to talk about what they actually brought in.
Yeah.
Because of our fantastic table judge, keeping all the notes as he's officiating the game. That's a word, right?
Yeah.
Just made it up.
It is now.
So let's take a look at these sideboards again, see what they're bringing to the table. And we'll start with Patrick.
Okay.
On Patrick's side, he's going to bring in the 1 Fulminator Mage, the 2 Ghostly Prison, a Thrag Tusk, and a Scavenging Ooze, which I think he actually told us in chat. I brought in, yep. And then he's going to take out 2 Court of Calling, a 1 of Selfless Spirit, 1 Birds of Paradise, and 1 Noble Hierarch. So I guess he feels as though, hey, I've got enough ramp locked up, I can start, shaving down there. And on Lyle's side, he's going to bring in his... Where's his disc? He brings in 1 Dismember, 1 Engineered Explosives, 1 Ancient Stirrings. This looks like what he brought out. Yes, we have this backwards here. No worries. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Declaration in Stone, 1 World Breaker, 1 Engineered Explosives, and 1 Negate. And he's going to take out 2 Matter Shaper, 1 Drowner of Hope, 1 Eldrazi Displacer, and 1 Noble Hierarch. So it kind of shaves down on the creatures to bring in a Grafdigger's Cage, a Declaration in Stone, brings in a Big Beater, and another Engineered Explosives and a Negate.
All solid cards coming in from these players here. Okay, and Tetron was saying, I thought I brought in the Helixes. Because I think that was one of the stuff that we had mentioned about his potential to bring in, but...
Right.
Makes a lot of sense with the decision saying that you shave on mana dorks when you know your opponent has sweepers, like if they're playing Anger of the Gods or Wrath of Gods, things like that you don't want them to just like completely blow you out and go, well, that was
true.
That was fun. I'm glad you were able to like 5 for 1 me, 3 for 1 me.
So we'll take a look and see if Patrick's able to hold it down for 1 more game, or if Lyle's going to be able to ramp out his Reality Smasher on turn 3. Which seems to be the optimal play, right?
Yeah, of course. Ramp into big dumb things. Can we call Eldrazi big dumb things?
No, I think it's too prevalent.
Oh.
I don't think you're allowed to call it dumb.
Okay, ramp into big things.
Some people in chat talking about, just 1 cage? Interesting. Oh, he only needs 1. He's Lyle. That's the jokes around the shop is that Lyle is very, very lucky.
Yes. I mean, we've joked about how, like, our Season 1 champ is very lucky, but this season he has not been anywhere near as lucky. While Lyle just consistently is lucky. Alright. Players drawing up their cards, deciding if they want to keep them or mulligan or whatever they want to do with all this crazy stuff. He could play a 200 card deck and draw his singleton that he needs. So they don't call him the end boss for nothing.
Passes the turn. Patrick plays a Windswept. Heath then passes the turn. Hey, wait a second. You have a Maya Coast. Patrick's going to go to 19. Gets a stomping ground. Draw.
Fetch. Shock.
16. Is it Wall of Omens or is it Voice of Resurgence?
I mean, I think she'll get Temple Garden here.
Sure.
I think Voice. That's my vote. I want to see Voice. And Lyle's saying, you know what? I would like to take some damage. But I will go to 19. Hey, I'm 1 for like 7 tonight.
I was incorrect earlier while you were gone. So I'm like, 5 more. Here's an Eldrazi Displacer. Oh no.
Hey, displace that Voice. No, but that also messes things up because Voice of Resurgence is a 2/2, Eldrazi Displacer is a 3/3, but that doesn't matter when it's exile.
Doesn't last long.
And actually, Lionel will be at 17 because he fetched that he did not adjust his life total. Boom, boom, boom.
Mark it down.
He's at 17.
Bingo.
Bingo for Season 3, guys. It's a thing. We'll have bingo boards that you guys can play online just to see if you guys are making it. Little printouts you can have at home for you. We'll have all kinds of fun stuff for Season 3. Oh, and then just checking out their math and stuff like that. Alright. Windswept. And here's the Thought Knot, which makes sense. There's a Path, there's a Kiki.
Eldritch Evolution. Bingo, bango, bongo. Lots of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you could just let me keep it.
Yeah, that would be great. Can we not?
That's
no?
ideal.
Oh, the Gaffney didn't help him. I took it out the second I got home. Oh, is that the Ghostly Prison?
That is a Ghostly Prison. Man. I don't know if you can... Yeah, there's some good stuff in that hand.
Yeah, that's a lot of good stuff. But I like looking at it, the Ghostly Prism, and that also gives some tell about what Lyle's planning to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it's set up, Eldritch Evolution here can get him a angel. And then, well, problem is he's short on mana, so he can't cast Kiki. But that's where he's hoping for.
The potential is there if the Voice sticks.
Wow, did he just draw another one?
Wow. Lyle's like, are you serious, dude?
Yes.
I'll go to 16.
Good or too good? Ooh, that's a really good question.
Crank that, yo, little boy.
Asking, what do you guys think the latest Chandra spoil? Good or too good?
I feel like I have to be reserved.
Okay.
I have to say just good. Because my immediate thought was it's too OP. we got to get rid of it. But that's normally what my thought process is on a lot of these cards.
I mean, just looking at its abilities, definitely something that could see play in Modern.
Yeah. I just +1 is okay too.
Both the +1s. You get 2 red mana.
Right.
Or you're exiling. If you don't cast it, then you get to deal 2 damage to an opponent. Yeah, alright. I mean, that seems good. Starts at 4 loyalty. Ult is not going to be... Like, it's rare that you see Planeswalkers ulting, but, like, -3 deals 4 damage to target creature. Sweet. Like, definitely a great way to control the board state.
No worries, dude. Fun fact, I think my fantasy draft was running in the background while we were streaming.
Fun fact, I don't follow real sports anymore.
So Displacer's going to come down for Lyle as we're sitting there chit-chatting about the Chandra. Hopefully I got some good stuff here.
Sports ball. Another path can use. How's your fantasy team auto draft?
I don't know. I gotta check it here later. I see I have Andrew Luck, so
I don't know who that is.
You guys should have a draft of the players.
Do a fantasy maybe for season 4 or something like that. Season 1 of 2017. We'll get around to doing a fantasy draft like that.
Mm-hmm.
And keep track of that every week. That would be a lot of fun and a lot of work. We're going to start with the bingo, and we're going to do the fantasy bracket for the invitational. Start with that. Start small before we get into fantasy players for Modern Magic Mondays.
I feel like the most that we've done is I've said Keenan is going to get there.
Yes.
He's going to get there all the way.
Hasn't been here in 3 weeks.
Right.
So, but he's still in the top 8.
Big and joking. Lyle's got a lot of mana. But that Ghostly Prison seems to be doing some work.
I mean, that they do that for the pros of the Pro Tour. I mean, that could definitely be something that Star City could capitalize on for their open circuit.
Yeah.
In order to be eligible, you have to be on a team, maybe. They'll set it up. Card Hoarder,
I want to be on
Channels Fireball, things like that. Well,
be on a team.
Get
Drowner of Hope.
Sponsorships.
I'm working on it.
Oh, the Drowner of Hope. Now again, that Ghostly Prism is helping, but see, I had no idea that this was a thing that the Pro Tour did, or I would be doing that constantly every Pro Tour. What? Is that a good reaction or a bad reaction?
It's a good reaction.
Okay.
Just pure dumb luck over here, guys. That's what I'm rolling on today. I need to buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, you do. Win a lot of money, and then you can just start your Magic team.
Sponsorships. Speaking of ships,
vehicles.
Now, Dionysus Bacchus and I, as we're getting things set up here, we had a chit chat yesterday, in fact, about how much he loves the vehicles. The vehicles.
Yes.
Loves them.
Loves them.
It's his favorite thing.
I could imagine that this is something that he wants to be a part of.
He never said, you know what, I really just want to quit Magic.
Oh, not the Pro Tour per se, but the pros will do it. Okay.
So that voice token's a 4/4. That's pretty good. But that Drowner of Hope is essentially doing exactly what its name is.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Here's a Reality Smasher just to complete the trifecta here.
Engineered.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Engineered explosives.
These two 5/5s can now attack. I'm going to swing in for 10.
Huh. Well.
Stitch in time, that's my jam.
Patrick, gonna take 10 and go to 7. Here is everyone's favorite Horizon Canopy.
And it's a foil Horizon Canopy.
My Tarmogoyfs deserve some a fresh whip.
So, Ghost of Prison,
Dang.
a decent card to help stave the tide a little bit, but once Lyle's got all this mana, it just becomes
Yeah, it just
irrelevant.
it doesn't work as well after the whole mana thing. And Lyle was getting a lot of mana. And of course, now I draw my 4th land.
That was like when we got to see Patrick's hand off the Thought-Knots, you're like, wow, that's a really awesome hand, but he was only sitting at 3 mana at that point in time. So it was very limiting in what he was able to do for that game number 3. But that's a very tough matchup. And Patrick was talking about it, was like, you really have to start going off quickly, because when it gets in that gummed up state like that, it starts to favor that Eldrazi player.
Mm-hmm.
So, exciting stuff for Lyle. He's just saying, I really want to be first place.
It's just
going
really,
into the Season 2 Invitational. I was first place last time.
I loved it when it was last season.
It's only fitting that I'm first place going into this one.
Let's do it again.
And I wonder what's going to happen for our 5th and final match. But before we get to that, let's take a look at our points.